Wes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Welcome, everyone. Let's hope.
Hello.
You have a few jumping in.
Hello, everyone.
No one here.
Should be posted.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta wait, Diaco. You gotta wait.
Yeah.
No, just gonna be us, I guess.
No one here. Posted.
Just gonna be us, so I guess. Yeah, I need to turn my volume down. My mic is way too loud.
It doesn't matter who views it or not as well, though, because it's just a nice thing to look back at as well. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is historical for us. It's historical for Dream Team Racing. I do believe we have Ian in though, so welcome Ian.
regular in all our
Indeed.
chats.
Absolutely is. Absolutely is.
Doing all
we
the
ever done one of
races
these
for
without
us.
Ian being here, so lovely to have you here, mate. Joining us. Ah, okay.
Right.
There's the brum brum.
Wish we could have saved the qualifying. You can't really save the qualifying, unfortunately. It's one of the things you can't do.
You could
When it
save
comes-
the game game replay or whatever, but you only
Yeah.
get your POV from it.
That's true.
Right.
So we've 4 in the chat, which I think probably one of them is Ian, and the rest of us, the rest of them is us.
There's Yari in.
Yeah, no worries. There's Yari.
And Yari, that's
Lovely
great.
jubblers. Okie dokie.
Hello, Yari, how are you?
Let's give it a like.
Um,
Yeah, that's it. Lovely. Okay.
Pretty sure I have had this exact livery
The whole
for
series?
very, very, well, a few months. I think you edited it halfway through.
I
approved
did.
it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I think, because it was when you went, the Fanatec parts and things like that I added to it, doesn't it? Because I think that wasn't on there before.
Yeah.
So we just did that. We put the no room for racism. I think the Reyes, Ruby AI were slightly altered into better positionings, and then we had the nice little DTR badge on the top as well. So it was just a little bit more highlighted.
Yeah. I'd be disappointed to have to change it for the actual event, though.
It's brought you a lot of luck, really, I think, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a...
Yeah. It's one of those, like, iconic liveries at this point. Really.
It is. I know, it's weird, isn't it? But it is. It's just, yeah. It's just going to stay all the time now, isn't it? It's just, this is the
Yeah.
one. This is the McLaren GT3 livery that got you there. Well, let's...
got you there. It got you there.
obviously.
Yeah.
Although
It was
Jack got
nothing to
you
do
there,
with
but-
skill whatsoever. It was completely the car livery, not even the car. The livery.
It's just
I
the
got you
livery,
there,
just the-
Deck.
Me and Melvin, with a load of other drivers, dragged this car to qualifying. This car was lucky to qualify. It was very good at some circuits, which is why I got 3 wins, but it was very mediocre in some of the other ones.
Who was the other
Gary's in the chat
teammates?
as well. Nice to see you, Gary. Nice to have you here.
Power Maxi.
Grey Rock, sorry.
Grey
Yeah,
Rock.
Power Maxi too. Evening. Lovely bubbly. Nice to have you join us.
So do we have a list of people that will be going to Germany?
Ah, yeah. What, from DTR himself?
From DTR, from us.
Yeah. It'd be nice just to have a list so I can always remember, just so you get to see everyone. Look.
It's myself, Daiko, Thorsten, who is Power Maxi, Nick, and his wife, I think, as far as I know, is going.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Very expensive as well. Very appreciative of that.
There's Power Maxi in the chat
Cool.
now. Yeah. Cool.
Just a bit too far away from me. Yay, absolutely. There's Max.
Power
Flash.
Maxi.
Flash as well. Flash Dagger in the chat too. Nice to have you here. Yeah, absolutely. Lovely
If you
stuff.
guys have any questions or anything for Deck, stick them into the chat there. We'll see if we can get any answers from him for you.
Yeah. So you go into this race then. I mean, obviously, as we're going to be viewing Suzuka, qualifying P5, like you say, so basically, was this a good track for you to qualify at, or was this going to be always going to be quite a tough one in terms of qualifying?
This was, for pace-wise, was a poorer track.
Yeah.
I mean, the car, it wasn't the worst, but there were a lot of cars ahead that were better, but as well as the only thing I had going for myself on this track was the tyre wear, which would have been a little bit easier for this car, which you'll
Okay.
come to see later on the race, where we're trying to catch Antonio in the Supra, which is not one of those cars that like to be driven in excessive with the tyres.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's quite hard on the tyres, isn't it? The Super as such. So yeah, so
Yeah,
there's always benefits, isn't there? There's always sort of benefits to some cars, and always
yeah.
a plus and a negative. Yeah.
It's very unique, this car, with its poor acceleration characteristics, which makes it difficult in a lot of tracks where there's a lot of on and off the power and going down gears and up gears, as well as on the stop start, where as soon
Hmm.
as you start the race, you're on the back foot straight away because your car doesn't have the acceleration. So there was one of the races earlier, Barcelona, where I gave up a position straight away off the start just because the straight was so long. So I
Gotcha.
got caught by I think it was wind, which I didn't I decided not to fight against it because I felt like I would just lose too much time anyways.
Yeah, that's often better thing to do as well, isn't it? Because sometimes if you fight it, you can lose that position and also sacrifice time to the car then behind them as well. So that brings them closer
Yeah,
to you, doesn't it? So sometimes it's better just to let something go and continue from there.
so at the start of
Nice
the
one.
Nürburgring race, you might see me take a very fast right straight away towards the wall just to defend the position, because I think whoever's up behind me may be able to pass me out very, very close to the start of the race on that first
Yeah.
corner.
So Wind was in this race as well, wasn't he? If I remember rightly.
I think, yes, I think he was third or second, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, second. One of the other McLaren teammates got first. He did a very good time. I think when I was doing the qualifying, I was content enough because I kept on the track without making too many mistakes, but definitely wasn't my best time. I think that was a trend throughout the whole event. Felt like the first two races weren't very good for the qualifying, and the third one was a
Yeah.
bit better, but it still wasn't where I thought I could get, which is why I started very far back compared to the other McLaren.
Gotcha. Yeah. Richie just going through the cars at the moment. The standings.
Yeah. So you'd be looking out for the
P4,
BMW
Dave.
and their Huracan. That would be a little bit better than my own car here.
Yeah, they were pretty good round here, weren't they? They were quite pacey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good qualifying pace, my McLaren teammate. I think he about even.
Did he qualify as well in the EU or? Hello?
Deck.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Deck, are you there?
Oh, sorry, I was dealing with something else.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
sorry. Thought it went down. That's all I
No,
needed. That's all I needed.
you can say your question again.
I was asking about the other guy, this other teammate guy. Did he qualify as well, or how many people actually qualified from McLaren?
No, it's only me from each region is only one driver, so it was only me. He was I think he did well for most of the rounds. He did really good in qualifying sessions.
I
I
didn't
think
understand it was like that. Oh my god.
in one of the
Yeah.
two races, I think he dropped a load of points. I think he had maybe two kind of subpar races, and that's a big reason why I ended up outscoring him. But for a lot of the races, like I was saying earlier, getting 3 wins gives you a very good chance because that's like 50% almost win ratio. Like, so if you don't really need to win more than that, as long as you get some good points after those 3 races, you're good.
Yeah.
Because it's only
Yeah.
5 races that count towards points. You can have a bad race, but if you have 2 bad races, then that can be your season over. Like.
P1R Petrol in the chat. Good luck, Deck. All the best and have fun, mate.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, P1R Petrol.
That's it.
Was
Yeah, lovely.
P1R the team we were racing over the weekend?
Yes.
It was indeed, yes.
It was.
Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
in the
Nice to have them in.
CTC.
I saw
Yeah.
the race. I think people were saying they were a bit disappointed with their pace. Got a bit unlucky, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky with the old
That
Ford.
Ford's a bit of a handful
Sometimes.
to begin
It
with.
can be, yeah, definitely so. Right then, I reckon we should
We let loose, we get going.
let loose. Let's see where we end up.
And final race.
lovely.
And just before we go, this was the final race, because I remember watching this. So there had been, only 3 slots or something, and this is the final slot.
Yep. It was, yeah. I think everyone was watching this. Yeah, biting nails and all sorts. Yeah.
He's still there, Tycho. He's still with us.
He is.
Heard him coughing.
He did, yes.
Hey.
There
Right.
you go. Yep.
There was different strategies going on. So it was soft, medium. That's V1R Miro, isn't it?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I am just going to say something. We are watching the wrong race. I will say that.
Oh, what?
Okay.
That's what I. Okay. That was the last one that you had put up.
I should have another one. Unless I didn't. So it's.
collection,
I was just
hang
looking at the drivers. I was like, oh, yeah, because there was no Antonio there, which is who I was following for a lot of the race. Let me go look in my items. I'll make this quick. I'll
Right, so
share this
you
one
you
straight
shared
away.
2. You shared 2. But the last one that you shared was the one I clicked, assuming that was the last race. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Sorry about that, everybody. It happens. Not to worry.
I didn't remember who was
second
in it. So you shared 2 replays, and I just naturally clicked the second one.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll just.
So,
I'm just uploading it now.
who's
Should
in
be
here?
a few seconds.
This is Jack. Yeah, this is the one with Jack at the
yes,
front.
it is. It's
Yeah,
Jack.
I do
That's
remember
right.
this.
That's right.
You should have brought that to our attention before, Dak. You're the man for this stuff. I told you should have been dealing with this stuff. You would have realized.
Yeah, I was actually.
Yeah, we still got wind
caught
in
off
there.
guard. I think it's. I only realized when you pulled up the. I guess
The
the
names.
driver or the.
Yeah.
I was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely. Yeah, that's better. That's
So
much better.
yeah, it was
Okay.
Jack, and that's Flexi in second, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Nicholas in second.
Yeah.
Jack first, and then you got Wind in third, and
Third,
Antonio
yeah.
fourth.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this
Take
one of my
2.
replays posted?
This
or
is your
this...
yeah. This is the first
Okay.
one that you posted.
Okay,
Right, so
interesting.
Yeah. You posted another one the next day.
Oh, that must have been. Must have celebrated too hard or something.
Yeah. Good evening, Bilson in the chat. Hello, good evening.
Bilson.
Welcome.
Evening,
Welcome
evening.
in.
Wilson.
Yeah, welcome in.
Right, so
Welcome
second
in.
time round, we'll try this.
Yes. Okay,
Right.
let's go again. No worries.
Right. We'll get there in the end. We'll get there.
Yeah, we get there.
So, medium,
Absolutely we will.
medium. Okay, everyone on mediums.
That's right, and that makes sense with the Super being in front. That's it.
And Antonio, I think he had an issue as well in the previous one. His wheel disconnected or something. In the previous slot.
In my one as well.
Yeah.
He lost that.
Bless him. He's like, I'm moving.
Things happen, don't they? I guess.
So I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
shame.
interesting because my wheel disconnected twice in that race as well. It was a bit of an odd one.
Hippie, good evening.
What the issues?
Hippie in the house.
Hippie, hey!
Hello,
Hippie's in the
Hippie.
chat. Yeah. Good to have you, mate.
So tell us what's going on, Deck. Tell us what are we watching.
Okay, so basically I had organised a gameplay here, which was So I am one position away from where I need to be, which was 4th place, I believe, and 4th place had the exact amount of points that I needed to qualify. There was only one competitor from McLaren at the moment, and it was Melvin, who's German, and I think he'd done the 2nd slot, and he'd left it the 3rd slot because he had enough points. So it was only really me here, so if I could just get this last point that I needed, then we should have made it. Because obviously you don't know till the next day, because you don't know if another manufacturer is going to outscore you and overtake your position. Because it is the top 12 manufacturers, and whoever had the most points for each manufacturer, the top 12 gets to qualify.
Because Honda was still in and around at that point as well, weren't they? Yes.
Yes, Honda was. And they did qualifying, and that's why Valero is now
that's
racing with them. I'd say it is very difficult for these nations and manufacturers, cup drivers, to be doing these events because they have to do double the work that I have to do because they're doing 2 competitions instead of 1.
Yeah.
So if you can get a reasonably good result on Saturday, then you have to give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, absolutely. Shows the quality and consistency level.
Yeah, so I think we're pulling away from the Callahan just slightly. The BL is very good on tyres, and the Anfield as well, I think. It just he's going to keep up for most of the race and we're pulling away, as you can see right now.
Yeah, the Beetle's something we've got a lot of affection for, obviously. It's DTR.
Yeah.
Tiger will confirm on that one, absolutely, yeah.
Good evening, Robin. Welcome to the
Lovely
chat.
Beetle.
Welcome.
I don't think I said hi to Rosberg today.
He's only after jumping in there a second ago.
Yeah, no, this is my boat. Even my boat.
So I knew my only chance was to overtake Antonio in the pit stop by doing an undercut, so my plan was if I could just stay with him for as long as possible and make a gap through fresh tyres, then we'd have a really good chance. So you can just see the BMW starting to...
Sorry.
That's okay. Because the BMW seem to be doing the best of this coming.
Yeah, we did notice that in most of the sort of...
Your volume deck is so low versus the game sound. I'm trying to turn your volume up. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, the BMW did seem to be pretty good around this track for us, as you see.
It's because it's very good acceleration. The McLaren has very poor acceleration, which it's not really that much of a negative. It can be a positive in some tracks where you have too much power with the pedal, which can be a bit troublesome when it comes to consistency. But as well, with a car like this, you'll have more confidence, especially leading races, because you know you're not really going to make mistakes too much because it's a lot easier to drive. The only you need to manage is your understeer, which is going to be maybe a little bit of a problem at the Nürburgring over the weekend, but once you, I guess, can keep it within the lines, you have a good chance of putting out some good times. Because it is very fast in the straight as well, which it's very difficult to make use of on this track.
So we've got Cheta in the chat as well. Evening, Cheta. Nice to have you join us. It's afternoon, even.
Good afternoon, Cheddar. Good afternoon, more so. Yeah. How we doing, mate?
Yeah.
Hello, Cheddar. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
From the pub.
Yeah.
World
Ian
Series.
says that BMW is OP at Suzuka. We did find that out on this track. It's very good on other tracks like Watkins Glen as well. It's one of those tracks where there's a lot of tight corners and slow corners where you really need a lot of acceleration with a bit of mid-speed as well.
Yeah.
Cheddar saying, have fun in Berlin, enjoy.
We will. Thanks, Cheddar.
We will. We will.
A lot of fun.
Stay tuned on the DTR YouTube. I'll be live on my phone during the weekend while we're there in Berlin.
Maybe more so at the after party, but we will see.
Always at the after party deck. It's Berlin, for God's sake.
Just take a quick look at Antonio's tyres there, Richie, to see if we can see any visible front.
Hello, Kailan.
It's not too much.
Not too much at all.
Kailan is in the jet.
Yay!
What lap is this? Is this
Pace.
the third lap maybe?
I'll turn that on.
Long time no see.
Yes.
End of third. End of third. So what were you thinking the last? I know that we're only lap 3, but what were you thinking the last 4 or 5 laps of this race? Were you getting panicked at all, or were you thinking,
No,
okay, I can do
wouldn't.
this? What was that pause for? Why did you pause? What happened there?
Oh, I will tell you what this was. So my wheel disconnected at this point.
Oh, no way! There! Whoa!
Yeah, so, and I think there was a little bit of a lag on Antonio's side as well when I paused it, I think. So it was a very, very odd situation. I felt like I was focusing more on stuff outside the race. For whatever reason, I think I had one of the windows open and there was a lot of flies going all over the screen, so I was kind of... It was really weird though as well, because I nearly lost as well, because I had half my body outside of the rig at one point because I couldn't find the remote.
Oh my god!
The TV was about to turn off, but then it was just one of those moments where you were like, you know your luck's in when it's everything you needed to go right went right, when everything should have went wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You had that gap behind you at that time, so I saw a pause there and I'm like, what was that? What was that?
it is a big boost because when you have no one behind you, you can kind of go for a full attack and not have to worry too much.
As Caelan just put in the chat as well, he was chuffed to know that he raced wheel to wheel with a GTWS player, which is when he raced with the DTM, I believe. Alien/Pro. Yeah.
What was Caelan's PSN again? Pace.
It was Pace, isn't it? Yeah.
What team was he in? I can't.
It was Pace Motorsport, but what was his PSN name? Caelan, what's your PSN again? KLM Pace.
That's it.
Oh, it was Pace.
There we go, KLM Pace. And Pace is one of the...
Thanks for stopping by, Caelan. Anyways, it's
absolutely.
I like when people join the chat because it gives me someone to talk to as well, like especially in my own channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to post your channel in there? Actually, I'll do it, Jack. Actually, I'll post your channel in just in case anybody's not subbed.
Cool, yeah, absolutely. So if you want to see some more deck, currently not doing anything at the moment, are you?
We will be back streaming after the event, but it's one of those things where I decided to stop because I wanted to focus just only on the practice and the racing.
Makes sense.
So it's at this point we've dropped a little bit of time.
There's Deck's channel posted in.
Thank you, Richie.
No worries, sir. No worries.
Yeah.
So you have Antonio making a little bit of a gap and kind of, I guess, closing a little bit or maintaining the gap with wind as well. So at this point we're thinking we need to really get a bit closer because if we lose too much time, then if he sticks in the slipstream with the wind, then he would gain even more time against us.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Antonio will always be thinking my McLaren will be slightly better on the tyres, so if he can get a gap, he may be able to maintain his place after the pit stop. Because he knows that the Toyota is not the very best here. It's very good in pace here. Well, they changed the block recently, the balance performance. So it was a lot better during this time. But yeah, the tyres really didn't suit it though. Because the Supra is just very heavy on those front tyres. We still have the two BMWs in front. Extremely talented drivers, very young drivers as well, so I also wish them luck in the future too, because they're not even 18 yet, so doing very well.
We know Jack. We had Jack racing in the EDTM previously.
Yeah, Jack's very good.
Flexi we hadn't had in, and that was years ago with Jack. I can't even, like 3 years ago?
Yeah, Jack, when I first found about Jack when he was 13, I think Nicholas now is 13, so he's very good as well.
He's only 13 now?
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah.
Wow.
No, Jack should be. His younger brother is 13.
No, we're talking about
Nick.
Flexi, this guy here.
okay,
sorry, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
VQS.
I really have issues with my headset. Really.
No worries,
really
mate.
bad.
No
Okay,
worries.
no worries.
I don't
No, but
mind
Jack
when
would have
you
been-
have drivers
Jack
like
would-
Jack and
Yeah.
Nicholas, but the only one thing where some people might have a problem with their age because they're not actually competing for anything, but
They should,
you know,
yeah.
it is, I guess, like, I wouldn't be too mad about it. Maybe if I didn't qualify, but it's, you know, it's still good practice for them too. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I
Yeah,
was
so get them ready
watched
for it when they can.
I watched back Wynn's stream, and Wynn was saying they need to pull over and let us through, because I think Wynn, if he had gotten first, I think he would have gotten through, would he? Or he?
I think he was a little bit behind. I think he might have been 14th, his team at the time.
Okay.
The problem was one of the regions, I think, hadn't selected, or had enough drivers hadn't selected his manufacturer, so they had very little points because they couldn't score it in one of the other
Got
regions.
it. Yeah.
And if you don't have a strong driver in every region, and if you don't get points in one of them, your team is going to fall back quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So same with Audi. Audi, I think they normally qualify nearly every year, and the Audi R8 this year didn't actually make it. So
Yeah, we can do that. It's true.
but, I think most, if not all, the Japanese manufacturers made it. I always have at least a few good Japanese manufacturers. Keep the box very good for them, especially when I think the two Japanese manufacturers are sponsoring this year. I think Mazda is at least one of them. Where they do a lot of stuff with Gran Turismo, which is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I watched most of your races on the run up to this, and what I noticed when watching this level, the tiniest little difference makes such a difference. Like the differences are minuscule between first, second, third, fourth, fifth, that you guys all stick together, and the tiniest little error, one wheel on the grass, you lose 0.2 of a second. That 0.2 of a second is such a big margin, and that's what I noticed from watching this level, because I was never this level, and I'll never be this level.
You never know.
No, mate. No.
It all depends on where you put your time. Like.
True, that's true. Practice. But I know, like, I had fun when I was racing in the EDTM and stuff like that. But I don't have the pace to do stuff like this, and I don't have the time or I don't know. Maybe when I was 13. But unfortunately, when I was 13, there were still black and white TVs and stuff at that stage. So
the problem as well with a lot of people is, like, if you want to do something like this, you're going to have to start quite young as well, because when you start getting older, you slow down a little bit as well. So if you start at the age of like 25, 30, like, you'll never be as quick or as energetic mentally as a very young driver. Especially that's why you have so many talented young drivers now, like you've Jack and you've Nicholas, and they can just keep their foot down really and keep working with their good work-life balance, then they'll do very good in the future.
Yeah, it's your reflexes, isn't it? Mental agility and reflexes.
Yeah.
You do, you know, you hope that your brain sort of reacts in good time with everything as you get older, but obviously there's times where you're just that little bit slower to react to this or slower to react to that, and it makes a big difference over one lap. So it's just,
no worries, Daiko's headset is broken, and he had to leave. Sound was coming from his controller. No worries, Daiko. Bless him.
Kaylin also said congratulations on qualifying too, anyway, so thank you, Kaylin.
Yeah, getting back
very good.
Getting back to what I was saying before about like, what were you thinking the last couple of laps where you thought maybe this might happen?
Well, I think when you go into these races, I think you always have to think that you have a very good chance of making it happen. It's one of those, in the race, well, that'd be maybe before the race, but in the race, I wouldn't give myself time to think about that, because I feel like, I was saying this to myself before, like, if you're thinking of that during the race, you're probably just going to make a mistake straight after, or like, the worst thing you can kind of do is when you get a bit of time in a straight, is if you start thinking of how well you're doing or how bad you're doing, just not focusing on the corner ahead, you're going to make a mistake. So I just try to keep my focus very much on the track and let my emotions find themselves after the race. So I feel like you gotta have a very serious mode in you to compete at these levels as well, because even when things are going wrong, they can so easily get worse if you're not careful. So
I thought you were going to say they were going to get better, but no, they can get worse. But that's what I was saying. It's like the gaps are so minuscule, the tiniest little thing, and it's just
You can see visually here too. You're losing that little bit more distance now to Antonio as well, aren't you, at the moment? So
yeah, Antonio still maintaining the slipstream. His car definitely helping on the exits because he got a bit more acceleration and just as much power, if not more, as well. So then again, the slipstream does create a bit more wear as well, depending on, I guess, how much the kind of corner and how much drag it adds to the car, which can make it turn worse. So we could just take a look at the tyres as well, just to see how he's doing, Antonio.
Yeah,
he's doing very.
We've got a gamer in the chat as well. Sorry.
Yes. So it's just very minusculely less than mine, which is Antonio. But like, he pitted a few laps there. Maybe I think if he pitted around the same time as me, I think he might have pitted 1 or 2 laps, maybe 3 laps after me. I think if he pitted and tried to go along, I think he would have held the position. But it's very difficult to say because his tyres can fall off a cliff as well.
Yeah. Hang on just a moment.
With Podium in the chat.
Yeah.
I do head into Podium streams a lot. I like watching his streams. So it's really nice to have him in here as well, supporting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kaylin was asking, do they let you know the races ahead of time, or will you find out when you arrive at the venue deck?
So he's asking, so he doesn't know that it's the 24 hours of Nürburgring. I think is that the question he's asking?
Yeah, I think that's where it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically the Nürburgring plus the GP circuit that they use for the F1. So it's basically the N24 that I think, were we planning on going on a trip there during the summer to see that race?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, so
we'll get there.
We'll
get there.
N24. Yeah.
It'll be that one.
Was Max Verstappen doing something there this weekend?
How long did you know that would happen though? Was that just this week the last week or so that you? I think it was only the last week or so that
did you find out when we found out?
The track, wasn't it?
Yeah, I found out when you found out. They like to keep it late, and they like to keep everyone involved as well. This is what I've experienced for the first time. I don't have a problem with it because it keeps, I guess, the racing more raw. I feel like if you give the driver like 3 months to prepare, then it might become a very stale and boring race where no one makes a mistake.
Yeah.
And as well as you'll probably figure out which cars are better than the others, because at that stage, when you give drivers so much time to practice, when there's no limitations with consistency, or you're just going to have one car maybe that is slightly better than the rest of them pretty much win the race. Yeah. So like, I think if you keep it more close to the event, or you get people less time, it might become more interesting and more of a skill who can do the best preparation in a short amount of time.
And we'll go back to the race.
Yes.
Yeah. So I imagine there's probably about a 1.5 to 2 second gap here. So you can't quite tell, but at this moment I'm like a little bit concerned from when I get time to think about it. I don't really tend to try to think about it, but I'm just always keeping note of the gap, just so I can focus on what I need to do, refocus on the track and not make any mistakes, which can be sometimes one of the most difficult things, because this is where it gets quite tense, where you're like, if you think enough about it, or you worry enough about it, you will lose your race based on how you perform in these next few laps. Because if you lose another second on this, then the undercut is probably out the window. You're not going to be able to make it work.
Yeah, because that's exactly where you're heading in terms of wanting that undercut to take effect.
Thanks to Podium for joining. Good luck at work.
Yeah.
I'll take care, Podium. See you after.
Yeah. Cheers, Bruno. Nice to see you in.
So you've Nicholson and me in lap 9. So this is me obviously planning that we need to do this early in order to maximize our position and how much time we can get ahead, if we can get ahead of Antonio. And you would assume Antonio's thinking now that I have pitted, going on to these fresh tyres, I should have a good chance of overtaking him. So it's really up to him now to decide what he thinks the best thing for him is to do. Whether he
seems to have closed in on Wind quite significantly there.
Yeah, Wind's car wasn't too bad in this track. It wasn't as good as the BMW's. Maybe, I'm not too sure about the Toyota, maybe it was similar enough. But he was doing pretty well with that car. One of the best natural drivers I've seen in the game, because I feel like he does take quite a lot of breaks for college. And as soon as he comes back, he's still on the first place on the leaderboards, which is quite crazy. I don't think I could ever do that. So it's very impressive to see some drivers just show their raw talent and skill whenever they're on, maybe not on a daily basis, but whenever they get time, showing incredible skills.
Yeah, Wind is very fast, very, very fast.
You give him an hour, and with a lot of other drivers as well, him especially, you give him 1 hour and he's already up to pace, pretty much better than everyone else.
Of course, he saw Kai de Bruyne there as well. Was Kai de Bruyne, was he with the Supra?
Yeah, he's in the Supra as well.
He qualified, I guess.
He qualified instead of Antonio. I'm not too sure if this race mattered or not, but I'm not sure how close Antonio was to qualifying. I know Kai is the spot this year for Toyota.
Yeah,
but I don't think Kai has had an amazing race. I'd say he would expect it to be a little bit higher, but unless he took a pit stop, I'm not too sure. But I don't ever remember him being very close to me.
Antonio stayed out again.
Yeah, see, this was a thing where I was thinking of. I've just seen on the leaderboard he hasn't pitted. I'm like, this is good for me because I might have a good chance of gaining a little bit of a gap after the pit stop. But at the same time, you're like, he's going to be equally as fast, or a lot more faster than me towards the end of the race.
Do you remember what the tyre X was at before, just off the top of your head?
Don't think, I'm not really sure. It could have been ×3 or ×4, maybe. I'm not too sure. Thinking that it's the medium tyres, it would have been a high X tyre wear, I think.
Yeah, and you have the softs as well, wasn't it? The softs and mediums for this one.
Yeah. So you have the BMW as well at the front. That's a really fast car here, but it's not bad on tyres either because you can use so much rear wheel steering because of the acceleration, which is a technique where you, let's say, use more rear tyres by accelerating more than you need to, which will break traction on the car, so it allows the fronts to free up a bit so they don't have to turn as much, which creates less heat and wear on the fronts, which it's really heavy on this track, the front tyre wear.
Yeah, so it's like swiveling it rather as well as steering.
Yeah, so it's almost like gliding it over the tarmac, using more rears if you have more rear tyres to burn. But then that does cause problems for cars like that, the BMW, especially when it is quite difficult on full tyre wear to manage the rears. Like, let's say for grip wise, it's easy to crash it, so if you can have more wear on the rears and still be as consistent, that's a massive plus for you. So here comes Antonio. If we pan back to me, we would see, here's my chance now. If we're going to make anything of this race, we need to make sure that we can get ahead here.
Yeah.
And I will say, when you're on the outlap, you're a little bit slower compared to the second lap because they're cool tyres because he's putting fresh tyres on. So we should maybe maintain this for one lap. And there's Antonio with a very little gap. See, if you think of from where I'm coming from, my perspective, if you made one mistake, you wouldn't have got past him. If you made a single mistake throughout that first 10 laps, even a minor one, you've basically lost the race there and then, because the gap would have been too great to make up. So by being that much more consistent, that tiny gap you see there, it is basically in conclusion, made me qualify. Like, if you made any mistake, you wouldn't even be sitting here. I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be probably going to bed probably now, trying to practice for the morning to qualify for next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's what I was saying. The differences are so minuscule, minuscule when you get to this level.
Yeah.
And I only really realised that from watching your streams this year of qualifying for this. It's a pleasure to watch. It's an absolute pleasure to watch, but it's nerve-wracking to even watch. Nerve-wracking to watch.
Gosh,
yeah,
it actually is. Yeah,
so
I remember. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. It's as well as this point where I have Antonio behind. I'm also looking to see can I advance on wind as well, because I know that the tyre wear in that Genesis X is actually bad as well. So I'm like, there's a chance that I can overtake him here as well if I can drive right with good pace. But I'm still mostly focused on just keeping that gap, not overcooking the tyres, because I know I've done quite an aggressive strategy and I just can't afford to overwork the tyres as well, because I won't make the end. There's one of the races I did already, was it in the EDTM season, in the Mustang, I just couldn't manage the tyres, because the tyres in that car are so bad, I just couldn't manage it. I was driving like so slow for the whole race, holding so many people up, and I ended up just losing the few positions.
I think you hit 2 laps from the end as well.
Yeah.
Punisher mode coming in, which now puts you back to P5.
And Damien's still from the lead.
I think for that race as well, in the EDTM, I think we ended up finding out that the weather conditions was wrong as well, which made the tyres even worse.
Yeah.
But that's fine, I don't really mind.
You can blame Nick for that. Blame that.
It's always it is really good experience to try a car that has bad tyre wear and try do a very difficult strategy. So I remember even in the time trial, not the time trial, the qualifying for that, I couldn't use soft tyres and do the sprint race because the tyres burned out too quickly after 10 minutes.
I think a few people had that issue.
In 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So P4 now.
Yeah, so the gap is pretty even. Yeah, so what you're looking for here is, you're also looking for Damien, who's still in the pit, which has gone a long way at that car. And I will say I know why he's gone that long, is because the tyre wear on that car was so poor. So it is...
it'll leave the softer tyres better.
Yeah, I will say I don't think I managed the tyre wear 100% to my best capabilities, because a lot of the end of the race ended up becoming very much pace focused and trying to do my best to defend as well. So one of the best things about the McLaren is, you know, you're going to have the straight line pace. It's just difficult because it's the Toyota behind. If it's like, let's say another car like one of the lower end cars like a BRZ, which is very good in the corners, but it just can't overtake you on the straights unless it's at the very start in the acceleration zone.
So that's 2 laps worth of tyre wear.
Yeah, very, very different. The thing is, with the tyres, you won't really see a magnificent or a huge difference in the grip until you get to about 50%. I think once you get to about 50%, especially in the McLaren, you start understeering too much. You end up slowing down a lot more for corners and trying to grab a lower gear if you can, just to get extra rotation, without using the front steering too much. Because that is one thing I would say about the McLaren. It is very good on tyre wear for the amount of steering you use, because it does feel very front heavy a lot. It's very understeering, so it is very difficult to keep the steering as straight as possible, because it doesn't matter what you do, you don't really have the acceleration to use the rear tyres as much as other cars like the BMW, so you're always kind of working the front, which is kind of difficult sometimes. I did say, I think in one of my earlier streams on this event, that you're basically driving on top of your front tyres because of how understeer it is, or it can be. I've driven here with the BMW, and around some of these slower corners you are sliding the rear quite a lot, because it just does have so much acceleration compared to this car. Where if you try to do that in the McLaren, it just understeers. It doesn't have enough power to accelerate past the understeer stage.
Antonio's getting closer.
Yeah.
I expected Antonio to get closer by every lap. I know you expect that as well, but it was just for me managing how much gap I can give away between every lap.
How close he can get, yeah.
But I know I am also thinking that we need to either hope he makes a mistake, or when he does get close, we have to be very good at defending with our position and our brakes as well.
Or he's killed out his tyres a little bit more than he should have, trying to catch up to you.
Yeah,
trying to stain that lead out, how long that's going to take him to get to you, so he'll have to push.
Yeah, it is very difficult to decide as well, because in some of the corners, using the slipstream can kind of mess your tyres up a little bit. It makes it slightly more unsteery. But then if you do give him the slipstream, then you're just going to bring him closer to you as well, because your tyres are going to be more worn, as well as they have the slipstream as well. So which option do you choose, really?
The Toyota doesn't look too bad through the S's there. I thought it would have been
on the tyres or the grip? Or?
Just in general, just as it's coming up through the hill there, through the S's, it looks like it was holding on better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, the Toyota, see, a lot of people on that corner particularly are using a more generous load on the rears compared to mine, because it just has more acceleration, so when you're going on those corners and you're kind of flooring it, there is a risk you can spin it there in the Toyota and the BMW, but you can't do that in the McLaren because it just gets too stiff. Because I've even found problems, like even if you're in the time trial making mistakes, you crash, trying to spin it, turn it around on the tarmac, you can't do it unless you do a full stop and rev it out, and even sometimes it doesn't spin because it just doesn't have the acceleration.
Wow.
Which is just one of the ways they've made the balance of performance in that car for these events.
Moving from that, what do you think the balance of performance is going to do at the event? Because it's going to be different again, is it not?
Yeah, they're going to change the cars they feel like are going to be faster. So maybe cars like the BMW, I'm not too sure.
If you think?
I think so, yeah. But I'm not sure they'll change too much. I think the balance at the moment is relatively good.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but they might balance cars in a way so they're more balanced in the race, because I think there is quite a difference in time trial. Like you can make a car like maybe the BRZ really good in the, or maybe more balanced in the time trial, make it a bit slower than it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could ever win a race even if it starts first, because for the BRZ all you have to do is just keep in the slipstream, which is always relatively strong anyways, and all you have to do is wait for the final straight to make a move, and then you're always going to beat it because it can't really come back at you because it doesn't have enough speed on the straight. So it is one of those cars where you're always kind of set up to lose if you're in the front, and even if you're behind, you're probably going to get out-slipped by someone behind you then again. So I think, I think for the balance performance, then prefer a more balance in the race, where maybe they might make the BRZ a little bit faster in the race.
Yeah.
Because it is quite slow. Like, I mean, it is very slow, by far the slowest of all these cars in the straight. So it does make up a lot for it in the corners as being the best in the corners, but it is quite difficult to drive as well. So if they make it a bit faster, it might be more balanced in the race, and it can compete for a win. So yeah, Antonio has caught up to me now, so it is just a point of really making sure we have our angles covered here, because I know at any point he's going to move to the inside or even go into the outside of some of these corners and just try and work or move around me, which is a lot easier than you think if you can get alongside the McLaren, because the McLaren has very poor acceleration, so if you can out drag it at the start, you have a good chance of winning, especially against the Toyota, which is one of the faster cars in the game. So,
and you had no worries about your own tyres making it to the end?
I knew I could do.
Had you done this strap before?
This was the first time I tried it in these 3 races.
Okay.
I felt like I had to go quite long. I think I did. I pitted on lap 9, or was it lap 10, or maybe even I think it was lap 11 in the first race, and it didn't work because I gave up too much soft running time.
Yeah.
I didn't do enough on the softs, so I tried this strategy in the final race, and it did work a lot better. I should have stuck to this from the start, but it was maybe a little bit of me thinking that if I drive it the wrong way, then I mightn't make it the whole way on the softs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at my tires now, and I'm like, at the moment, I'm not really focused too much on my tires. So they have a decent amount of wear at this stage, but like they're still on a good percentage where it should hold the grip.
Yeah.
So they should last with relatively high health.
4 more laps.
Like you
Go
said,
to Antonio's tires again. We'll just check them.
There you are.
Yeah, see, you've seen he's pushed quite a lot because his tires were very much fresher than mine when he first came out.
There's the difference.
and he pitted, what was it, a lap? Was
It was
2
2 laps after.
Lap 11,
yeah. So,
9 versus
but that's
11.
the advantage when you were saying about the tyre wear in terms of where your tyres are at now.
Yeah.
But that's the advantage of having a car that doesn't try to tear away every corner,
Yeah.
corners you're pulling out, isn't it? Because it's not trying to spin you out and spit you off the track as such because of the power.
Yeah, it is very enjoyable, the McLaren, to drive when you're in the lead, because I guess you're not at risk of getting overtaken in as much as other cars, as well as it is a more consistent car. Being more understeery helps with that. It's very easy to not concentrate or to make a mistake, let's say in another car like the BMW or the BRZ when you're in the front, because you can zone out for a slight second, and then as soon as you realise the back of the car is facing the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. But what about down the back of the long straight at Nords? You don't think you're going to get swamped?
Well, I think that would be the best thing for my car, because my car has one of the best power. It's just out of the slow corners where you're going to struggle, but with 5th gear, it should be able to take on any car and pass it out no problem. Like. It is one. That's the thing why I was saying why it's so good as a front runner, because it's so hard to pass it out, because you need a very long straight for another car to get alongside you and overtake it. Where if I was up against the BMW, I'm getting past the BMW way quicker than the BMW's getting past me if you just have 2 of us on the track.
Yeah. You know, I think we saw that just watching one of your dailies when you were at Watkins Glen, I think.
I actually was going to mention that. BMW couldn't overtake me on the main straight, where I managed to do it quite effortlessly.
Yeah, you pulled the move on them, but they couldn't return it, so it's it was quite strange to see, actually.
I would expect the BMW to get a reduction in pace for this upcoming event, so it might even make it easier for me as well to, let's say, on the straight. But it is very much about timing your run on the straight as well, because it's so long that I've seen in so many occasions where someone gets passed on the straight early and then they get overtaken after getting overtaken. So, they'll come back at you straight away because the slipstream is so strong. So, if I get overtaken, I still have the chance to get back past him by the end of the straight. It's so long.
Good morning, Falconer. Hello.
Yeah. Morning, Falconer. Nice to have you join us.
From New Zealand.
Hello, Falconer.
I think he was saying him and... Oh, wait, what's going on here? Oh, you were just blocking it off. Falconer was saying, just to block this off for a sec, Team Kiwi, him, Don and Dace Racer are going to wake up especially to be able to watch the GTWS from the other side of the world.
Fantastic. Any support is definitely welcome, and I appreciate it a lot more than people may realise. So it's very nice to have a lot of people supporting me. It makes me feel very, very good, and makes me feel like I'm doing something good for the team as well.
Absolutely.
Dude,
so
no matter what happens. No matter what happens, you're doing amazing. So.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's just making sure that he doesn't get an idea to move across. And I was just looking here at these corners, making sure he doesn't obviously get around me. So I did cover that off very well. I left him just enough space, and I think as he did come across, as I came across him, he gets a little gets a little hit off my car, and I think he goes slightly into the dirt, which I think I gave him just enough space. I was happy enough that I gave him enough. See, it is him just rubbing off me.
Yeah, there's still room. He's still on the track. And there's a gap to you, so yeah.
It wasn't intentional, that was never my idea as well anyways. It's just always like me thinking that, I remember that moment, I'm thinking like, I've picked a point.
I don't know whether he should have gone for it there. I reckon if that was me, I would have tucked in behind you for there to have a run down here.
Yes.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would
like
have
I wouldn't have went for that. You'd never get a run
tight.
out of 130R. You have to be well close to them coming through that little trickle before you get
I think if you're alongside each other for as you come out of the actual 130R turn, I think if you're next to each other, that's different. But to suddenly sort of try and think you're going to be
now put himself like 6-7 tenths behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right. It worked out in my favour as well.
100%, man. 100%. No disagreements. I don't know. I wouldn't have went for that. I know you had the run on you. I would have just stayed as close as you can coming through the carousel there, or whatever that's called. The Casio triangle. And then line you up for the main straight. That's what I would have done.
I had to pick a braking line there. I went, I favoured the outside. I had a feeling that he was going to go on the inside. Just before I went into the corner, I just checked my mirrors, and it felt like he cut across the back, or cut back across. He didn't end up doing that, but what I wanted to do was make sure I had enough room on both sides, which I just had enough there, and I timed it very well because like it could have been me more across. I could have tracked him out, which I just about got away with. But as well as I tried to pull over that side, because as well, if he goes on the inside, I want to leave myself enough room to maybe give myself enough speed to cover him off on the outside of this of the second part of the chicane. Because if I go too narrow and he goes too narrow, then what's only going to happen is he's going to rub off me and I'm going to go wide and he's going to get the position. Where if I try to be wider and he's going the inside, then I've given myself more space to maintain more speed and then block him off in the second half of the corner, which gives me a lot better chance of maintaining the position.
Yeah.
So here we are at the final lap.
Yeah, this is this is it.
Yeah, it's very very close here. So I'm still thinking like you just have to. This corner is a big problem as well, because in the McLaren it understeers so much, where that first corner you can go onto the offshore and mess it up, which I did in the first race, I think. So I'm just thinking I just need to make sure I just hold him off. And I'm just thinking Wynn's tyres are a little bit dead here, I think, so I was like, maybe I can even get past him as well and make sure I can actually complete the job. And then Antonio goes off the track.
Connection. Yeah, it's not where his
Well,
steering wheel went,
his steering wheel went.
I think that happened in the previous slot as well.
Yeah, it might have,
yeah. Oh, there we go.
It is unfortunate because like it happens on a corner, which is so unfortunate, and that happened to me twice, and it was both only 2 straights.
On the straights.
Yeah.
Because he's paused there.
Yeah. It's so unlucky.
Pauses.
The controller disconnects with pause for him, and then I think he goes to unpause, and his controller either is still not connected, or else he just hasn't turned in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do it, so.
Insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you're kind of thinking at this point, like, as long as you can keep what you're doing and don't go off, you have a very good chance of qualifying.
Yeah.
Because you just still have to make sure that the other side in the USA just does a job just to make sure they get enough points.
Wynn's tyres are almost especially the fronts anyway, very spent, aren't they?
So I'm at this moment I'm in this moment just thinking I have no interest in overtaking Wynn, because there's no benefit at this moment for me, so if he drops off, I'm just going to stay behind him anyway. It just doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
And I think Wynn knows that as well, because I did tell him before in his stream when he was streaming that this was the position that I needed. And you can see me flashing because we would know as well that like what I needed and what he needed as well. So I don't know if he saw that. that was me just.
I'm going to pause you and tell you. I watched Windstream only 2 or 3 days ago, and he did spot that. He spotted the lights going on. Deck's not going to come near me. Let's go, is what he said.
Yeah, which is great because
he's a great guy.
He was supportive of my championship as well, which is always very really appreciated because not everyone in this world as well is 100% true to what they say. A lot of people as well will care much more about themselves, and they won't offer you the support, or they won't give you much advice.
Yeah,
they just really focus on themselves, and if they don't win, then that's okay. But like a lot of the time, a lot of people just don't show a lot of support. The win shows support, which is great. Yeah, I would say it is always easier to get on with someone who speaks primarily the same language as you as well. So obviously, a lot of the other drivers I wouldn't really know, just because they wouldn't be in English-speaking channels as well. Not typically as much. So yeah, then here's the win, and
I thought you fucking dropped it here. Oh, sorry, I swore. I thought you dropped it. Okay. I know, but when we were watching this, me, myself, and Moomin and Dyke were on chat, watching this entire race, and you should have heard us, man. You should have heard us on the chat. And then when I saw that, I was like, the line's further down. And it's like, no, it wasn't. So you had me panicked. So thanks for that.
Don't worry, because even if I do drop it, if I hit the barrier, I still will make it over the line before. But I understand, because it's like he's done it, and then the emotions change so quickly that you're like, oh, maybe he's going to do something wrong here.
And then we had a week, about a week, I think, of just, and probably more. I think we had probably about a month after this race of just continuously pinching ourselves. And I don't know whether you did as well, but we just thought, Deck is qualified for GTWS in Berlin. It's just phenomenal, mate. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and really nice drift there as well. Like.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice touch.
Nice that was the computer. I was not doing that. I probably had my hands off the steering wheel at that point. Like.
Doesn't matter. It's a good way to roll over.
Very, very nicely done. Congratulations, Deck.
Done,
well done to you.
Deck. Thank you.
Phenomenal stuff, man.
Job's not done yet, though, as well.
No, but I keep repeating the same thing to you. No matter what happens, no matter what happens. Insane. Right. It's been incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just the icing on the cake when you get to Berlin and everything else, and then on to Tokyo and whatnot else. It's just the icing on the cake, really, isn't it? You've got to be there. I mean, that's the thing, the only way you've got there. So
that's a nice photo.
Phenomenal. It is. I like that.
Take a screenshot.
I do remember after I did this race, and I think the next day I realized I qualified because I just had to make sure that our car would be in the top 12. So it would have been the most frustrating thing if you get first and your car finishes 13th because you don't qualify.
Yeah.
But I do remember it was a great touch realizing I qualified, because I remember I think it was before the start of this series, before race 1. I remember I had Ian come into my. He mentioned something to me. He was like, "Oh, if you work, you can definitely qualify." And like that, I just remember that was a really nice touch, because I tried to prove him right, and I ended up getting what I wanted. So it's really great to have someone who believes you from such an early point, and I'll always remember that, because that's one of those things that you remember. Like, you're going to take his word and just try. You're going to try and make something of it. It's very, very memorable, that one. Like.
Yeah, cool. Like that. Well done, Ian.
Absolutely awesome.
Nice one.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, spot on.
If anybody has any questions or anything for Deck before we wrap it up, and what are we, Tuesday today? So I'm leaving Thursday. Deck is leaving Thursday.
Yeah. So proud of you, Deck. Thank you so much. It was really nice to have all the people there supporting me.
Jaeger's in there. Good evening, Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Yeah, hello, Jaeger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Organizer of CTC. Deck.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
No questions. No nothing.
If I remember rightly, I think it was 383 points, wasn't it? This race that you was it? Is that right? I
think it was 383 points. I needed 382 to tie, so it was one of those things where it was a fantastic opportunity to make the most of it. Like, like the position was waiting for you as long as you were willing to take it. So it was one of those things where like I made sure that I was going to be fighting for it and not at the back from the very start. Like
brilliant. You got just the right amount. Just it was amazing, really.
Jaeger saying best of luck, Deck, for Berlin. Doug is wish I could do comms for World Tour. You can just watch the stream on your PlayStation and stream from there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yari saying thanks and good luck, Deck.
Something you could do.
Powermax is saying see
Thank
you
you,
in Berlin. Powermax, you will be there in Berlin.
I will see him. I will see all you guys.
We'll get a group photo.
I wonder what it'll be like though. Am I going to be seeing a lot of handshakes? Am I going to be seeing a lot of pints in people's hands? I don't really.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Deck.
Maybe a few shorts as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a few shots.
Well, I don't think they allow drinks in. I'm assuming they wouldn't allow drinks
not in the event, no. Not in the event.
But would
no,
they allow
I wouldn't say in the event though, but I would say like before or after the event.
party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do something to entertain ourselves, and it's Berlin. Dick.
Yeah.
It's Berlin.
Like I think I'll be able to maybe see a few of you before the race as well. I think the previous day. I think will you be there the previous day? I think I'm not too sure.
I'm going to be there Friday 6 p.m. I arrive to Berlin.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll see about Friday. It'll be sometime on Friday. I think I'll be able to meet someone. I think we are doing something on the Friday evening. I think, but we'll be able to sort that out.
Flash, get your ass to Berlin. Book flights now. Flash is saying, I wish I was going to Berlin. I have a room booked. You can sleep on the floor.
And he's got 100 kilograms of baggage as well that he's booked in for. So
from Mr. P. Escobar, but never mind. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing to meet all the DTR crew. If there's no questions then from the chat, I'm going to say thank you very much to everybody. And
there's a lot of love coming
well
in.
Done. Well done, Deck. Well done.
Yeah.
Man, you done us so proud. You done Ireland proud for you.
Amazing.
DTR second. You done Ireland proud, man.
Oh no, DTR first, mate.
No, I'm sorry, Moomin. I'm sorry.
You'll have to bring the DTR flag.
Well, we have the T-shirt. We have the T-shirt. So you'll see us in the front row. You'll see us in the front row.
DTR baby, absolutely Dico it is.
I hope it fits now because normally it's very weird with sizes for me. Cause like some mediums.
Well, I hope they fit after what Dico's after
I don't fit. Some smalls I do.
Yeah. He didn't even ask me a size, so I'm really worried.
Yeah, I think he asked me. So I think I said mediums, or maybe I said small. But when it comes to
show off all your muscles, you'll be grand.
But it's whenever I buy stuff, I'd love to have like a centimeters measurement because I feel like they're always so different. It doesn't work from whatever country you get it from. If it's German size, it's American. Maybe in Japan they size things differently. I'm not too sure. I know, especially for the gym, they size things very, very big. Yeah. So like whenever I buy stuff in small, or even extra small.
How tall are you actually? Just a question. How tall are you?
I think I'm about 170
in inches, in foot and inches. What's foot and inches?
Okay, so that's
5'10" and a half without shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably a little taller than I am. Dico's a little bit taller than me. So I'm going to be the short stuff there then. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I'm 5'9", so yeah, you're taller than me, kid.
Flash is saying great. Go ahead.
A lot of people like my friends or a lot of people I know from Ireland are actually quite tall and a bit taller than me, so it might feel a bit different.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Flash Tiger saying great stream and best of luck, Deck and DTR, for all the support you've given Deck. Let's go, Deck. Ireland flag first. Well done, Flash. Yari saying thank you very much for the stream.
Yeah,
Doug, definitely not American thing, most likely Japan. I think 182 much bigger than you. You're not much bigger than me. You're like 6'2", and I'm like 5'10" or something. It's not huge.
Who's 182? Is Ian 182?
I think
he's 182. That's 6. Yeah, that's over 6 foot.
That's 6 foot.
6. Yeah,
it's not 6'6".
6'1". 6 foot, 6'1".
I'd always want to be
6 foot. Sorry, 6 foot. I think.
I'd always want to be taller, but like I'm thinking, like when you're tall though, how do you fit in all these nice cars though? Like, because it's very cramped in like a lot of nice cars. If you buy a nice car, be like,
well, wasn't Clarkson really tall?
Space. There's
Yeah, but
plenty of space in the
have you
Suzuki
seen him? Have
Swift.
you seen him in an Aventador? You can't fit in an Aventador. He's so cramped. Like.
But you said a nice car deck. You said like a Suzuki Swift or something like that.
A Toyota Starlet. A Toyota Starlet GLS.
Yeah.
The tall people stick
now
to
we're
their
talking. 1.3.
their Defenders, I think.
The Nissan Bluebird.
Oh, there we are. Now we're talking turbo as well. 1.8. Anyway. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's amazing.
No,
Yeah,
5 foot 10 and a half
amazing.
flash without shoes. So just not my standard height.
Gotcha.
Flash
So
is a little
Thursday you'll be
taller than
flying
me.
out.
Not by much.
Yeah.
Thursday morning, yeah. And
Yeah,
I
Thursday
will
morning
be
flying
in
out.
Germany around 2 o'clock, I think.
It's
Yeah,
only
maybe
2
it's 4
hours
o'clock.
15 or something. And then they're +2 from us, 2 hours ahead.
Yeah, I have to do a transfer in, I think it's in the UK first. It's whatever way
Okay.
I'll be doing it.
Good stuff.
Well,
I mean,
best of luck,
we'll-
and we'll all be
Yeah,
there,
absolutely.
and we'll be there to cheer you on in the front row.
Of course we will.
Yeah, thank you very
absolutely.
much.
Yeah. Get something organised as well this end, I think. I'll try. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe,
Yeah,
Moomin,
I
if
think-
you wanted to, you could do a stream watching. Oh, no, I don't know how you do that. Watching the event. I don't know. It might be something you
Yeah,
could do.
sure. That's what you can. If anyone's not going, they can be very welcome to do a stream if they wanted to do a stream, just so other people can see it that maybe would rather watch it with people than just
Yeah,
themselves.
exactly.
Yeah, get on a chat. I mean,
I don't
that's
know if there's
probably
a
what
way
we'll
you
try
could
and
do
but
that. Yeah. And I'll be live streaming sporadically across the event as well from my phone. So
Cool.
I'll see you
Yeah.
all in Berlin. Thank you all. Thank you, Deck, for joining us for the chat. It's
absolutely.
always a pleasure.
Oh, cracking stuff. Hey, there's Simon as
Thanks,
well.
Moomin. Thanks,
Simon in
Moomin.
too.
Thanks, Dyko.
Deck tall as me. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Thank you very much, Deck, for taking us on this fantastic journey this year. Fantastic
Right.
journey this year. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
No problem.
And we'll leave it right there. Deck, final words.
We're going to aim to try win. I don't know if we can win this car, but we'll try our very best to win because that's the only reason I'd be going to any event.
Yeah.
So, but if we can get anywhere between the top half, if we can get from first to sixth, I think that's not a bad result. I think that's probably where I'm aiming. Like.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Happy days. And this concludes our
love it.
broadcast day. Thank you all very much for joining us. Best of luck, Deck, and we'll speak to you all real soon. All right? Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for
Thanks,
joining.
everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
See you all on Saturday.
Yes,
Dyko said you have to win. You have to bring us our 1 million credits.
That would actually be
We've,
some payout.
we've all
Yeah,
voted
we've
for
all
you.
picture.
We've all voted for
Yeah,
you.
Aaron.
Break the jackpot, like.
That's the one.
Be
All right.
amazing.
Take care,
Yeah,
everybody. Bye.
Beautiful. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Everyone. Thanks for your support.
See you in Berlin. Bye.
Yeah. Beautiful. Bye-bye.